Applying for a U.S. visit visa from Australia can seem like a daunting task, but with the right guidance it can be a straightforward process. To begin with, it is essential to determine which type of visa you need. The most common being the B1 or B2 visa for business or tourism purposes. The first step is to check if you are eligible for the U.S. Visa Waiver Program, which allows Australian citizens to stay in the U.S. for up to 90 days without a visa. However, if your stay exceeds 90 days or you are not eligible for the Visa Waiver Program, you will need to apply for a non-immigrant visa. To apply for a U.S. visit visa, you will need to fill out the DS-160 form, which is the online non-immigrant visa application form. This form requires you to provide personal and background information, as well as details about your trip, including your travel plans and accommodation arrangements. Once you have completed the DS-160 form, you will need to pay the visa application fee, which is currently $160. You will also need to schedule an interview at the U.S. Embassy or Consulate in Australia. It is essential to prepare for the interview by gathering the required documents, including a valid passport, proof of payment for the visa application fee, and evidence of your travel plans and financial situation. You should also be prepared to answer questions about your trip, including your purpose for visiting the U.S., your accommodation arrangements, and your plans for returning to Australia. During the interview, a consular officer will review your application and ask you questions to determine whether you are eligible for a U.S. visit visa. The officer will also use this opportunity to assess your credibility and the legitimacy of your travel plans. After the interview, your application will be processed, and you will be informed whether your visa has been approved or denied. If your visa is approved, it will be mailed to you, and you can then use it to enter the U.S. In conclusion, applying for a U.S. visit visa from Australia requires careful planning and attention to detail. By following these steps and providing the required documentation, you can increase your chances of a successful application. It is also essential to stay up to date with the latest requirements and regulations, as these can change frequently.